Greetings, class. I wanted to take just a little bit of your time to provide you with an introduction to the diversity and social determinants of health interview. The purpose of this assignment is to expand your knowledge in the context of healthcare and factors that influence the experience of health in different populations. This assignment is foundational to helping you achieve the student learning outcomes for this course. I would encourage you to review the background for this assignment as well as the student learning outcomes. Once you have had an opportunity to review the student learning outcomes as well as the background, I'd like to move to the instructions. One of the first things that you will need to do is to identify a diverse population within your practice or area of interest. The selected individual that you interview should be an adult, 18 years of age or older, and the selected individual should be from a vulnerable or historically marginalized population. Before the interview, I would encourage you to review the literature surrounding issues related to the social determinants of health experienced by the population. I would also encourage you to reflect on the culturally and linguistically appropriate service or class guidelines. Before the interview, you will want to familiarize yourself with the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services Health-Related Social Needs Screening Tool. And in addition to familiarizing yourself with this tool, you will want to devise at least 4 interview questions to gain additional insight from the interviewee to learn about the diverse population, social determinants of health, and social justice issues. The interview questions should be carefully crafted to avoid leading and inflection of bias or discrimination. The interview could occur in any one of a number of places. I would encourage you to arrange for the interview to occur where the interviewee would feel comfortable. For example, perhaps at a community-based service where the individual receives services, the individual's home, if safe, or the individual's church. The interview may also take place via a video platform or phone if necessary. At the interview, it will be important for you to obtain permission from the interviewee to disclose the purpose of the assignment and the interview. So this permission will be documented within your paper. Once permission is obtained, you will ask the interviewee to complete the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services Health-Related Social Needs Screening Tool. And then after reviewing the completed tool, ask 4 additional interview questions to gain more insight into the diverse population, social determinants of health, and social justice issues. I would expect that findings from the screening tool would drive the selection of interview questions. So it would be a good idea to go into the interview with a number of questions and then select those interview questions based on results from the screening tool. I would also encourage you to dive into the literature to find out those issues impacting the diverse population that you are interviewing and to bring into the interview questions that perhaps address those social determinants of health. After the interview, I would encourage you to review assessment findings and explain how the results impact the individual's ability to participate in their health and reflect on the national class guidelines and ethics concepts. Your completed paper will be 5 to 7 pages using APA format. Please do use the headings listed in the rubric as a guide. At minimum, you will want to integrate a minimum of 4 scholarly peer-reviewed resources. These should be articles published within the last 5 to 7 years. So when we look at the rubric, you will see the headings. Of course, when we look at APA, we will not label the introduction, but the introduction should include an introduction to social determinants of health, and you will want to end the introduction with a clear purpose statement for the paper. But with APA format, the introduction itself is not labeled. Instead, you will center the title of the paper on the first page. You will include a heading titled Population, a heading titled Assessment, a heading titled Analysis, as well as a heading titled Reflection and Conclusion. So in addition to the elements described, please do take some time to review those bullets underneath each heading. Your paper will also be evaluated based on mechanics and APA formats. This paper is worth 30 points. As a recap, one of the first things that you will want to do is you will want to identify a population that is unlike yourself. Now, I want you to very carefully select someone unlike you in more than one way. In this way, you will have rich interview data. You will next explore the literature surrounding the issues involving social determinants of health experienced by this population. You will want to be certain that you explore the literature because you will want to integrate a minimum of 4 scholarly peer-reviewed resources within this paper. I am asking that you reflect on the culturally and linguistically appropriate services or class guidelines in the context of this interview. The guidelines are available to you in the Brightspace course shell. In addition to delivery of the screening tool, you will devise at least 4 interview questions with the purpose to gain insight from the interviewee to learn more about the diverse population, the social determinants of health, social justice issues, and more. Questions may be relative to living conditions, food security, transportation, utilities, employment, family or community supports, or physical activity. We can talk more about these questions online if you have questions, but the results from the screening tool itself should help drive the selection of those 4 additional interview questions. We want to uncover the social determinants of health and how the social determinants of health are being unaddressed in this population. Are we meeting the needs of this population? What can we do more to achieve health equity across this population? The interview itself, again, may take place via Zoom, may also occur face to face. If you have any questions as you begin to look at the purpose and the background for this assignment, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. As a reminder, our second assignment will build off the interview data. So I would encourage the selection of an individual who is able to provide rich interview data. If you have any questions or any concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you.